The Breathless Season 2 finale kicks off with total madness in Valencia. It's election day, and the news breaks that Patricia and several voters have been hospitalized. Apparently, toxic gases trapped in the ceiling after the explosion were released when workers came in. Around 50 people are affected, and it throws the entire election into confusion. At the hospital, Nestor's torn between his job and his loyalty to Patricia. He tells Biel that the treatment trial is collapsing. Pilar reported Sophie Lafont to the police for falsifying data, and the research is about to be shut down. Sophie is already packed, ready to fly to France, insisting she was close to curing cancer and that Patricia only had one dose left. Meanwhile, Patricia's still juggling her campaign and her health. Nestor warns her the police are hours away from seizing Sophie's lab. Patricia thinks he reported her and storms off with Emilio, saying that her life means nothing compared to this night. Nestor begs her to take the last dose, and finally she gives in, saying there are more important things to fight for. But before anything can happen, cops swarm Sophie's lab. By the time Nestor and Biel get there, it's empty. Sophie took the last vial. Biel immediately blames his father Nicholas for tipping her off, and when Nicholas denies it, Biel tells him to meet him at the hospital. Nicholas agrees, but on the way, he is hit by a car. Biel hears the crash over the phone, calling him dad for the first time, and gets only silence back. As all that's happening, Patricia gets a call from Nestor saying the treatment's gone. She calls him Dr. Death and tells him to go to hell. Moments later, Emilio walks in, announcing they've won. Patricia steps out onto the balcony, screaming "Long live Valencia." She is still convincing herself that power is still worth dying for. Season 3 will likely pick up with her reckoning. Without Sophie's experimental treatment, Patricia's health will decline fast. And now that Sophie's fled the country, Nestor's probably the only one who can save her, if she'll even let him. Back at the hospital, the toxin victims are flooding in, and things are out of control. Louis and Jessica's relationship is on the rocks. He accuses her of treating him differently since he became director. Then Pilar drops the bomb. Nicholas reinstated her as chief of surgery. Jessica's stunned. She storms into Louis's office demanding answers. He admits it came from Nicholas and begs her not to stir up drama. That's when everything between them spills out. She calls him out for taking the director job for political reasons, for selling out the hospital's integrity. He yells that he risked his license for her. Later, Jessica tries to focus on work but can't stop thinking about Biel. She scrolls through old photos of the two of them, then leaves the ring Louis once gave her on his desk. Lucia tries to reconnect with Jessica, her old best friend. The reunion gets messy fast when she mentions hooking up with Biel. Jessica accuses Lucia of always competing and taking people she cares about. It's obvious Jessica still has feelings for Biel. Later, Biel asks Lucia for a ride, and Jessica sees them leaving together, which doesn't help. On the drive, Lucia and Biel bond about their parents. When they finally reach Nicholas's house, she is shocked at how lavish it is. Biel admits it's his first time there and that things with his father are complicated. Later, everything goes sideways when Irene, Nicholas's pregnant partner, goes into labor. It's an emergency. With no doctors around, Lucia and Biel are forced to perform the delivery themselves with help from Leo and May on a video call. Against all odds, they save both Irene and the baby. Nicholas and Biel are both overcome with emotion, especially since this is the first time Biel's really done something for his father. Nicholas has spent most of the season trying to rebuild his life, balancing his new family with Irene and his broken relationship with Biel. After the emergency delivery, he thanks Biel and admits he's proud. Biel finally opens up too, warning him that Sophie Lafont is in trouble. He makes him promise to not say anything. When the police raid happens, Biel assumes his father leaked the info to protect Sophie. They argue on the phone, and that's when the crash happens. Nicholas's car gets hit mid-call. It's a devastating cliffhanger, and Biel's panicked scream of "Dad" for the first time makes it hit even harder. If Nicholas survives, that accident could reset their relationship, but if he doesn't, Biel's guilt will define him going forward. Kike is trying to turn his life around. He's finally dating John, a doctor with a young daughter named Lola, and things seem good for once, but he accidentally left a pill in his pocket one night. Later, Lola accidentally ingests it. John's horrified when he realizes what's in her system. He performs CPR himself, saving her life. But once he figures out the drugs were Kike's, he completely loses it. Kike tries to explain it was an accident that he didn't even use this time, but there is no coming back from that. He ends up sobbing in May's arms, wrecked and ashamed.